gummy bear from Planet Gummy Bear. You see, I got the Goosebumps 2 licensing on me, and I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear.
Okay, yeah. I had a stroke. Hello, everybody. My name is Goosebumps HorrorLand. So, today we're talking about Goosebumps 2. Don't we all love this movie? Well, some of us do. It's an interesting film that exists. And it even had a little bit of merch, like you saw, the gummy bear. It even had this little promotional bag. There's Goosebumps slime in New Zealand or some shit. I want that. And there's also like a jack-o'-lantern popcorn bucket, plus actual popcorn buckets and drink cups, which I'll get someday. I've just not bothered to grab them, even though they're on eBay all the time, because I really like Goosebumps 2. That aside, Goosebumps 2 happened. But it could have happened differently. Goosebumps 2 used to not be called Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween, which is its cover title. It landed on 2 titles, which is weird. Some people call it Haunted Halloween, some people call it Goosebumps 2. The DVD calls it Goosebumps 2, the posters and even the official release called it Haunted Halloween. So it wasn't scrapped Haunted Halloween, it was used. But some other titles never got used. And those titles, I think, would have been better, honestly. Not a bad title, but Haunted Halloween? I don't know. Maybe I've just hated that title because I don't like the movie that much. But opinions aside for the rest of the video, we're going to be talking about scrapped titles for the Goosebumps sequel. Or what could have been, because these titles recontextualize the movie a little. A little, some of them. Some of them, a lot. And there are 3 namesakes. 3 main namesakes. And we'll start with the golden one. The motherfucker of them all. The one everybody and their mama talks about. If I could find the poster, it is none other than the legend itself. Goosebumps HorrorLand. Oh god, that is not the greatest concept poster, but it was a thing that came out. It didn't look great, but it was a thing that happened, and I have a printed poster of it. Goosebumps HorrorLand. What a fucking movie that would have been. You know, it could have sucked. It could have been awesome. And chances are it could have been awesome. We could have had an awesome Goosebumps movie set in the coolest setting possible. Horrorland. There's a lot you can do with the Horrorland setting. And it's almost limitless. You can throw every Goosebumps monster in Horrorland. Maybe get them their own rides like they did in the 2008 game. There's a spin-off series about Horrorland. Well, not very liked. It happened, and it was popular. And it's a popular place in Horrorland. It's in Horrorland, the fuck? In Goosebumps. And it's recognizable. Alright? I get why they went with this. But I also kind of get why it didn't happen. Because, thanks to the Emoji movie, it completely fucked them over. Sony Pictures Animation, the company that made Goosebumps and the Emoji movie, they have lost a lot of money on that movie. So they kind of had to cut back the budget by literally half of what the original was. Yeah, Goosebumps 2 is 30 mil, Goosebumps 1 was 60. So you can kind of get why it was less, you know, awesome. Yeah. You can tell just by looking at them that the budget was definitely cut a bit. Even Slappy kind of looks like shit at times. They can use a physical prop the whole movie, which kind of sucks. But, to be fair, we got what we got, and though we didn't get Horrorlands, we can all still cry about it knowing it was gonna happen. Though we didn't have a lot of time to get excited because not too long after, the title got changed to Slappy's Revenge. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know what to think of this title. I'll say it's definitely very uncreative. It's like the most bullshit bland title I've ever heard in my life. I don't hate it. I don't even dislike it. Just like, really? Is that really what you thought of was the best of the choices? Okay. I'm glad they didn't go with that one at the end of the day. And I still kind of like it. Just like, maybe not for a movie. You know, maybe for that little book we got. Slappy's Revenge? Ringing any fucking bells, Sony? It's just Goosebumps 2, Slappy's Revenge. It's a sequel to Goosebumps 1. Only, it seemed like they had different plans. Maybe Slappy was going to be the same Slappy from the first movie, instead of a different Slappy that remembered nothing from the first movie. I'm not sure, but I'm glad we didn't get that, however. I think Haunted Halloween's a more interesting title. But before Haunted Halloween, we got one more title, and that was Slappy Halloween, which isn't bad. It's not as bad as that video where everybody's saying Slappy New Year, you know, that one video. It's not as cringy as that. You know, it's not a terrible title. But I kind of prefer Haunted Halloween's title a little bit. I know I kind of said earlier, but I might, yeah, unless I cut it out. But I prefer Halloween's title. But I'll say I prefer it in some ways over these older titles. I feel it's more finalized. But still, I like this one better. Slappy Halloween, you know, it would bring in more money anyways. Slappy is in the title. Everybody knows who Slappy is. You bring up Goosebumps. Oh, yeah, Slappy the Dummy. That's your response, Rover. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Would have pulled in some money. But they changed it to Haunted Halloween and Goosebumps too. Still, I like it. Just, yeah, okay. It's kind of weird. So, those are the scrap titles of Goosebumps 2. There was 3 big ones. I might have forgotten one, so let me know in the comments, and I'll pin it. I swear. I do read comments, so if you have any thoughts on these titles, if you have any that you prefer, any that you thought would have sucked ass, maybe would have rocked, like HorrorLand, tell me below. I'd love to hear it. And I'll see you guys in the next one, where I do not flex my Goosebumps 2 merch. Rather lack of it, but yeah. Hooray!